Hi, I'm Wayward, and this is Command & Conquer Remastered. I have a 1 versus 1 today on Heavy Metal between rootbie as the blue nod and rashnagar206 as the yellow nod. Heavy Metal is a fun map, a lot of resources on it, a lot of fun games played on it, and it's one of the ones that I don't see like all of the time, so I'm happy to give it a try. And this is a longer match for Command & Conquer Remastered, so interested to see how that plays out. Got a couple of minigunners out, followed by some flame troopers, followed by some minigunners, lots of different troop types. Both players doing a really good job of getting that spread all over the map. 2 refineries out for Rashnagar and also 2 for rootbie. Now, rootbie has 2 on the same field where Rashnagar has 2, now 3, on different fields. So I feel like it's a better long-term strategy for Rashnagar. Although we now have another one over here for rootbie, so I think it's probably a wash at this point. We'll have to see how the players do at spreading on the map. I think rootbie did set himself up a little bit better for that than Rashnagar did. He moved his MCV from its start location over to a better position, where I think Rashnagar deployed immediately when he spawned. So we'll have to see how that plays out. Just a lot of infantry shooting each other in the face right now. Had some flame troopers coming out. There's a flame trooper killing another flame trooper. Yep, there he goes. Airstrip up for rootbie and for Rashnagar, so well done by both players. And we've got some silo creep going on over here to get a better spot for that next refinery. Power plant out. Let's take a quick look. So rootbie does not know about the airstrip, but Rashnagar does see his opponents. Up to 4 refineries for rootbie, and same for Rashnagar. We only needed the 1 silo. In fact, this is a really great spot to keep just building refineries. No creep needed. Up to 5 refineries for, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, both players. I wish there was a better interface for seeing unit numbers. It looks like might be 1, 2 more buggies for rootbie, but Rashnagar catching back up. 2 buggies go down immediately for rootbie. That one from Rashnagar actually gets away to shoot another day. Well played, Rashnagar. Numbers still pretty much even, maybe slightly in favor of Rashnagar now. I don't want to leave this, but I think I see stuff going on over here now. I guess not. Rashnagar kind of cleaning up. Another airstrip for rootbie, well played. That's going to help him catch back up in terms of his unit count. And Rashnagar also coming out with a second airstrip. Against Nod, you pretty much always need duplicate buildings. Oh, hold up. Oh, there it is. Because their units are so fast, it's very hard to stop them from catching up. Both players now really low on resources, but the income is still pretty good. These buggies, Rashnagar does see them, so he's pulling back to defend. Well played. We do have a couple of bikes mixed in for Rashnagar. I think rootbie is still all buggies, so that could help Rashnagar out. We got a silo creeping going on over here. There was some on over here on Rashnagar's side as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 refineries for Rashnagar. That's a lot of buggies. Let's see, what are we at for refineries? 1, 2, 3, 5 for rootbie. So he did build more units, which is paying off for him now. Rashnagar, I think now up to 7 refineries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Yes. May lose several or all of them because this is a really bad position for him to be in. There goes 1. That is a lot of buggies, and I'm not sure how Rashnagar stops this. He just got nothing. These turrets are doing tolerably well. This could actually lose him. That actually did lose him a harvester, which is worse than losing just a refinery. It was processing the harvester, and the harvester becomes part of the refinery while it's depositing its resources, so that's really bad for Rashnagar. He lost those 2 refineries, a big investment, but also one of his harvesters, so his economy is not even where it should have been. And it looks like we do have another refinery up for rootbie while this was all going on. Now, Rashnagar not doing terribly in terms of his unit count, will probably be able to hold this off. But he took considerable economic damage, and that's just not where you want to be. rootbie now in the place that Rashnagar was in. Neither player has sold their Kanyard yet. rootbie doing... That means rootbie is definitely doing better in terms of his economy. Ooh, this harvester could go down. It just makes it back to the refinery, but of course the refinery could now go down. There's probably not enough here to stop this refinery from being killed. Very close to death now, and that another harvester kill would be very bad for Rashnagar. Ouch. We do have another refinery up, but these interesting silo creep over there, trying to get to these resources. Rashnagar kind of holding that off. The cannons helping him out for sure. Oh man, Rashnagar really struggling right now. Kind of able to keep his footing, but this new wave of buggies maybe changes that picture a little bit. Ooh, yeah, rootbie going south to take more of Rashnagar's resources that are more accessible to Rashnagar. This refinery probably going down too, getting sold off. Probably better than just straight up losing it, but rootbie is in a much better position at this point. What is he, 5? Here, 7 refineries. And what's rootbie down to? 1, 2, 3, 4? Yeah, done the 4. rootbie catching up in terms of unit counts. Rashnagar sold his Kanyard, actually. I'm not sure. He's going to try to steal something with that engineer. I think he wants a refinery. We'll have to see what he can get. Oh, both players sold off their Kanyard. Rashnagar might have done that as a response to something. Where did the engineer go? Oh no. He had died. I don't see Rashnagar's engineer either. Rashnagar now, I think, up to 8 refineries, by the way. Or rootbie, rather. Up to 8 refineries. Okay, I think we can sneak away from this just for a second. 1. Is that a glitch? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Yes, to Rashnagar's 1, 2, 3, 4 still. I think both players sold some stuff off, especially Rashnagar. Doing okay. Rashnagar's doing okay in terms of units, but definitely not dominant over rootbie at this point. Rashnagar actually having a much better unit kill count, which means, of course, that rootbie has a lot more units, just that Rashnagar is doing a really much better job at taking them out. I do like these this one bike mixed in. That little bit of extra damage seems to have helped. Nod versus Nod really is mostly buggy, but I do like to see a couple of bikes mixed in. So that's pretty cool. Rashnagar actually doing well at this point. I think rootbie seems to have trouble spending those resources. Sold off, I think, his other airstrip, must have. So, actually, Rashnagar did the same thing, it looks like. So, Rashnagar doing a pretty good job. Rocket Troopers coming out for rootbie. You don't see those too often, actually. switched back to flame troopers. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Selling off a couple of these refineries that aren't doing anything. Rashnagar still doing gangbusters with his kill efficiency. If he wins, it's probably going to be almost entirely due to that kill efficiency. A couple of minigunners up here trying to be annoying, but rootbie still with enough. Not anymore. I was going to say still with enough buggies to make something work, but now Rashnagar has the clear advantage in numbers, and as I say that, of course, the number gets evened up. This happens a lot in these games. Rashnagar kind of pulling back, manages to save another buggy, actually. These minigunners mixed in are going to make it harder to be as efficient. That extra incidental DPS works out really well for the player with the minigunners, especially if there's no flame tanks. I don't think either player is going to be pulling out flame tanks anytime soon. Rashnagar keeps taking these good engagements. This engagement is favoring rootbie right now. Those minigunners really are making a big difference. A lot of vehicles coming up here for Rashnagar. Possibly losing another refinery, though. That's... oh, no. Oh, Rashnagar. Oh, no. That was horrible for Rashnagar, but amazing for rootbie. Feel like I kind of know who's going to get this at this point. That's going to be a pretty significant win for Rashnagar. Harvesters like suiciding themselves. Probably another harvester kill, maybe? Harvesters are hard to take down, but I'm not sure if that's going to be able to give the W to Rashnagar, but certainly annoying for rootbie to have to deal with light tanks. Yes, thank you. I think that's the right transition for Rashnagar to make a couple of those. Only 4 or 5, and I think that's going to be a pretty big deal for Rashnagar. Let's see if rootbie has the same idea at this point.
Yes, sir.
Got to be careful where you use them and where you position them, but I think light tanks are the right choice. They will trade... It's another sell-off. They will trade tolerably well and can crush infantry. Saving that light tank. Yeah, there we go. Getting a couple of minigunners for free. Maybe it wasn't enough, but I like the idea. Oh, Rashnagar. It's so close. No, there goes the tank, and there is rootbie's massive economic advantage coming to play. I don't think Rashnagar has the resources to come back from this. That's just way too many buggies. Look at all those buggies. Another harvester is going to go down for Rashnagar, maybe 2. I just don't see how Rashnagar takes this out. Now, rootbie's going to kill off these last couple units and win. So, really well played by both players, but in the end, rootbie just did a little better in terms of his production and managed to keep the pressure on Rashnagar. Rashnagar on the back foot for a lot of that match. Phenomenal cost efficiency from Rashnagar, but rootbie's economy just kind of overpowered that. This is Wayward, and this has been Command & Conquer Remastered. Thanks for watching.